bedroom. As you paint the last stroke of the outline of the petals, you put down your brush to admire the semi-finished product in front of you. You are trying to build an easy assembly painting toolbox kit. To add an element of surprise, you decided to paint a purple rose inside the lid of the toolbox. However, you didn't expect this decision to have complicated the process, making it harder for you to finish it. I know that painting isn't easy, but I didn't expect it to be this hard. Why does my rose look so flat? It looks so rough. Is this what Marius meant by soulless painting? If I'd known that from the start, I would have just asked him to teach me. As you put down the paintbrush, your mind drifts back to 1 week ago. Workspace of Marius Studio.
누나, 그림 클래스 찾아요?
Yeah, a video would be great, like in an online class, or maybe you could recommend a book. After listening to your explanation, Marius blinks, then smiles knowingly.
오케이, 나한테 맡겨요. 유신우 클래스는 될 때까지 가르친다가 모토거든요. 게다가 처음부터 끝까지 1대1이라고요.
His offer is tempting, but you can't help to think about how this might ruin the surprise. After all, it's for his birthday. You shake your head as you think about it. No, it's not for me. I'm asking for a friend. You feel a little guilty for telling a white lie. But Marius tips his head slightly, deep in thought. Then he replies.
누나는 나한테 기회 주기 싫은가 봐요.
A chance to do what?
국민 강사로서 사람들에게 배움의 즐거움을 가르쳐줄 기회요.
Amused by his earnestness, she relaxed a little. Why didn't I realize that you were a fun teacher before?
그건 누나가 몰라서 그렇지. 어렸을 때 선생님이 되는 것도 꿈이었다고요.
Didn't you want to become an artist?
그것도 그 중에 하나였죠. 어렸을 때 하고 싶은 게 많았거든요. 근데 아쉽게도 대부분은 이루지 못했지만요.
After a brief moment of disappointment, Marius smiles, lowering his head to fiddle with the painting tools on the table. After being together for so long, you understand what some of his mannerisms mean. Maybe he's long forgotten the unhappiness from his childhood, or maybe he's had to bury it deep down in his heart to perfect his necessary roles in life. Thinking for a moment, you ask, what else did you want to do when you were younger?
친구랑 간식 나눠 먹기, 같이 공원에서 놀기, 같이 테니스 치기.
Every wish that Marius described sounds like a small and mundane day-to-day experience for most people. As you listen to him listing them out, your heart tightens.
왜 인상을 써요? 설마 내가 말한 것들 중에 나쁜 기억이라도 있어요?
That's when you realize that you were frowning. Looking at his worried expression, a bitter ache courses through your heart. No. You fool, why are you worrying about me at a time like this? Other than the stuff you mentioned, is there anything else you want to do?
다른 거라면... 근데 그건 왜 물어요?
You catch a glimpse of surprise in his expression as he looks at you, but is swiftly replaced by a warm smile.
알겠다. 오늘이 며칠이더라? 나한테 생일 서프라이즈 해주려는 거죠?
Why wouldn't you see that? Despite knowing that there is a possibility he knew your plan, you stubbornly refused to admit it.
알았어요. 그럼 그냥 모른 척 해주지 뭐. 참고로 팁을 주자면 앞으로 며칠간 나 되게 한가해요. 그러니까
So you're all mine for the next few days.
바라던 바예요.
Hey, you still haven't answered my question.
아, 어렸을 때 하고 싶었던 일이요.
Marius recalls many past events from his childhood with great interest. Coming back to the present, you look at the box in front of you. How many days are left before his birthday? After listening to Marius' story that day, you made up your mind. In addition to giving him a gift, you decided to accompany him in doing everything he failed to do during his childhood, recreating those childhood memories together. You can't go back in time, back to the past, or back to Mary's childhood to embrace him in his loneliness. But it's never too late to stand by his side and make up for those missed opportunities, right? Together, you can create new happy memories to replace the bad ones. You pull out a notepad and jot down all the childhood dreams that Marius mentioned. Marius, let's enjoy the next few days together. Old Street Walkway. You and Marius stroll along a path, the cool and comfortable early summer wind dissolving the fatigue from your bodies. Looks like your detour was a good choice after all.
그쵸? 내가 그랬잖아요. 길 안 잃어버린다고.
I'm not worried about that. Even if we get lost, we can always use the GPS on our phones. I trust my sense of direction.
지도 같은 거 없어도 길 안 잃어버려요. 이쪽은 내가 훤하거든요.
A certain emotion cuts through Mary's words, but before you have time to catch it, it's already disappeared without a trace. Today, you decided to go to the park that Marius used to visit when he was little. The old park is located far away from the city center, tucked away in the suburbs. This place is so desolate. It's like a different world compared to the direction your life took.
학교 다닐 때 이쪽에 나이 드신 화가분이 계셨어요. 원집사님이 주말마다 차로 여기까지 데려다 주셨죠.
So this is where you made memories with that old painter?
그건 또 아닌데 가보면 알아요.
Old Park. It starts when you arrive after a walk. The setting sun stretches your shadows long on the ground. Nowadays, no one visits this empty park. Only a few well-preserved facilities are still standing. Judging by the look of things, is this place going to be demolished?
네, 그래도 몇 년 전까진 북적이던 곳이에요.
Popular?
그랬죠. 그땐 이 근처 살던 애들이 다 여기서 놀았으니까요. 차창 밖으로 그네 타려고 줄 선 아이들을 보곤 했죠.
Marius wears a slightly lonely expression, an expression that you begin to feel don't belong on his face. Marius, back then, did you want to play on the swings too?
그럼요. 근데 다른 애들이랑 같이 놀 수가 없어서 집 가서 형한테 그 얘기를 했죠. 그랬더니 형이 뒷뜰 정원에 그네를 만들어주겠다고 했어요. 너무 바빠서 완성은 못했지만요.
You piece together an image of from his words, a small and lonely figure standing in the yard quietly looking at the half-finished swing set. Then, are they going to demolish everything?
네. 그래도 부동산 측에서 공원 설비들은 그냥 둘 것 같아요. 주택 재개발 구역이니까 나중에 이 시설들은 단지 안으로 들어가겠죠.
You look around, your gaze moving from the slide to the swings. Marius? Marius is taken aback for a moment, probably because he didn't expect you to call out to him so suddenly. Before it gets expropriated, let's use this as our secret base, okay?
비밀 아지트?
Come on! Just like he's done countless times, you step straight forward and take his hand in yours, pulling him toward the swings in his confusion. When I was little, my friends and I would find a small warehouse to use as a secret base of the school. Then we pretend to be generals and soldiers. When the general gave an order, the soldiers had to listen. There were so many fun things to do every day. I'm going to be the general, Private Van Hagen. Let's play on the swings together. You stand on the swing, an old-fashioned one that is wide enough for two adults. You tug on the chain to make sure it's still strong enough. Come on!
알겠어요.
After Marius gets over his initial surprise, he smiles faintly before joining you on the swing. You push on the chain lightly to make the swing move, and Marius follows your rhythm. Soon you two are swaying like the gentle cadence of the ocean's wave. I didn't expect it to be so sturdy. I was a little worried just now. Hey Marius, what are you looking at?
그냥 그네 위에 올라서니까 시야가 되게 넓어진 것 같아요.
But we're not very high up. What do you see?
그냥 누나랑 그네에 올라서니까 앞으로 펼쳐질 미래가 좀 더 잘 보인달까? 누나랑 같이 보는 풍경이랑 나 혼자 보는 풍경은 다르거든요.
As night falls, the street lamps are illuminated one by one. The warm yellow light shines on Mary's face tenderly. There is a lingering light in his eyes and a warmth in his gaze that makes your face feel hot.
대장, 이제 비밀 아지트를 공유하는 사이네요. 그럼 동맹식이라도 해야 하는 거 아니에요?
What? A warm smile spreads across his face. His face suddenly comes close, and in the next moment, you feel a soft tingle in your lips.
비밀 교환 의식 완료.
Playground. The tennis court in June is a blood-pumping battlefield. The sky is clear and the breeze is full of passion. This is the tennis court that Marius used to visit when he was a kid. In his description, he had very few friends who could practice with him. So you've decided to play a game of doubles tennis with him. That way, when he sees the tennis courts in the future, the memory that comes to mind won't be a lonely one. However, things didn't go as planned. Compared to the other youthful, sweaty athletes on the court, your side seems to be a bit cramped.
아파요, 누나. 살살 해줘요, 살살.
You worriedly grab a wet towel and softly wipe his face with it. When did you get hurt? Was it during the tennis match just now? But I didn't hit him in the face.
누나 잘못 아니에요. 내가 실수로 스친 거지. 별거 아니에요. 그냥 날씨도 덥고 땀 때문에 조금 골맞나 봐요.
A little? That doesn't look like a little. Wait here, I'll go buy you some bandages. Playground. Looks like the sports center shop only has a band-aid. You carefully stick a band-aid on him. Due to the odd wound shape, you thought about how to cover it for a long time. In the end, you stick on two band-aids in an X.
아프긴 한데 누나가 이렇게 신경 써주니까 갑자기 다치길 잘했다는 생각이 드네요.
What are you saying? It's an injury. Anyway you look, and you must get better soon.
알았어요, 알았어. 내가 잘못했어요. 그건 그렇고 아까부터 계속 나만 보던데 얼굴에 또 상처 난 데라도 있어요?
I was just thinking, you look a lot like that superhero Super X. He was really popular when I was little. You pull out your makeup mirror and hand it to Marius so he can see. Super X was a popular cartoon from 10 years ago. The protagonist could transform into a hero of justice by sticking band-aids on in an axe. Back then, it was so popular that children everywhere all had band-aids in the shape of an axe on their faces.
히어로 X요? 누나도 어렸을 때 그걸 봤다니.
Of course I did, but I'm a little surprised that you know about it too.
어릴 때 배울 게 많긴 했어도 이 정도는 알고 있죠. 그땐 히어로 X가 멋져 보였거든요.
Marius, although he said it so casually, learned so much implied that he couldn't just simply play during his childhood like other children. I remember the band-aids all had hearts on them back then. I bought so many to collect all the colors.
좋았겠네요. 나도 엄청 사고 싶었던 기억이 나요. 다들 매번 바꿔가면서 붙이는데 진짜 부러웠어요.
So you're saying you didn't buy any?
사긴 했는데 그래봤자 몇 개 안 돼서 얼굴에 마음대로 붙일 수도 없었어요. 내 행동들이 다 우리 집안과 화인을 대표하는 거잖아요. 아무리 어린애였어도요.
Marius words leak into your heart, and soon after you make a decision. Marius, don't move.
응?
You take out a newly purchased pen from your bag and carefully draw a heart on the X-shaped band-aids. Then you open two new band-aids and crisscross them on your own face. Now you have band-aids too, even though it's quite a few years too late. It won't be for long, but I'll accompany you in transforming into a hero of justice. Marius is stunned for a moment, then suddenly laughs out loud.
좋아요. 상처 다 아물면 정의의 영웅 같은 거 말고 정의의 파트너 하기로 해요.
He moves closer to you and whispers in your ear. His hot breath brushes against your neck, making it tickle.
근데 그 전에 누나 건 뭔가 빠진 것 같은데요?
Missing something? Without warning, he quietly takes the pen from your hand, gently cups your face and draws a heart on your axe.
영웅의 증표가 빠졌잖아요.
He is then. Thank you, my superhero partner. Your residence. You and Marius have just returned from the supermarket, your arms full of big and small bags of snacks. Marius mentioned before that he really wanted to have a snack party when he was little, so you dragged him out to shop today. We'll have to organize everything, or this place could turn into a sea of snacks. You take a look inside your respective bags and start checking your shopping list.
응? 이거 누나가 담았어요?
What is it? You look down in the bag, where a corner of a pink box is exposed. You take it out to have a look. Pocky? I didn't grab it.
나도 아닌데? 점원이 잘못 담았나?
That's a huge box. I wasn't paying attention when we paid. If no one wants to eat it, how about I take it back?
잠깐만요, 누나. 요즘 유행하는 빼빼로 게임 알아요?
He changes the subject so quickly that you freeze for a moment. I don't know. What is it?
커플이 빼빼로 물고 하는 게임 있잖아요. 모르면 한번 보여줄까요? 생각해보니까 이왕 가져왔으니 게임이나 해보자고요. 마침 궁금했거든요.
Sure, but why were you looking at those kinds of foods? I thought you were interested in them.
어릴 때 과자 파티가 너무 하고 싶은데 형은 단 걸 싫어했어요. 반 친구들은 별로 안 친했고요. 학교에 간식을 챙겨가면 도로 가져오곤 했어요. 그러다 보니까 절로 간식에 흥미가 사라지더라고요.
Well, snacks are more delicious when shared. So how do we do this test?
역시 내 맘 알아주는 건 누나뿐이라니까. 자, 내 휴대폰을 봐요. 이렇게.
Why do I suddenly feel like I'm being tricked? As he speaks, Marius unlocks his phone to show you the post he mentioned. According to the instructions in the post, you each bite one end of the pocky stick and look at each other. Even though you look at each other often and are pretty used to it, this time you're a little nervous for some reason. With your teeth biting into the pocky, your speech is a bit muffled. So now we just get closer to each other? Marius looks at you and nods slightly. Your gaze indicates to Marius that you understand and you look at each other intently. You gradually move closer to one another, your inherent chemistry allowing you to accurately guess when he would move forward. Then you spot a gap. You quickly move forward and bite off a large chunk of the pocky.
누나,
As you chew on your prize, you look at Marius' astonished face and ask his question. Huh? Isn't the winner the one who eats the most?
누나는 진짜 걸려드는 법이 없다니까.
Huh?
누나, 이번 건 누나가 이겼어요. 그럼 이제 내 차례죠?
He leans forward, and before you can react, he grabs your hand. His shadow falls over you. Marius holds the other end of the pocky stick in his mouth, but this time you two are closer than ever. You open your eyes wide and gaze at Marius' face as your lips touch. With a snap, the biscuit breaks in two, and the sound of Marius chewing mixes with your heartbeat. Crunch, crunch, thump, thump.
친구랑 나눠 먹는 과자도 맛있겠지만 여자친구랑 나눠 먹는 게 역시 최고네요.
Plaza. Phew, class is finally over. The law firm regularly conducts public welfare events. Today's event is a public speech at an orphanage. You were invited to be the speaker this time and were worried that you wouldn't do well. However, the innocent smiling faces of the children dispel your doubts. You weren't the only speaking candidates this time, but you insisted on fighting for it. As for the reason, you look up at the other teachers sitting on the lawn. A group of children surrounds Marius, scrambling to ask him questions about painting.
자, 한 명씩 물어보자.
As you look at the scene in front of you, the phrase "king of the children" suddenly enters your mind. You burst out laughing. Noticing your laughter, Marius looks over.
우리 저기 있는 누나한테 가서 그림 그리는 방법을 물어볼까?
A little girl nods at Marius' request, then runs to your side, tugging at your clothes. Asking a kid to invite me over? That's so devious of him. You look over at Marius again. His smile is willful and radiant. Looking at him, you can't help but smile too. In the end, you agree and follow the little girl to Marius' side. The sunlight shining through the tree branches casts a soft glow around Marius. You sit down next to Marius and whisper in his ear. You look so dedicated right now, like a model teacher. How do you feel? You may not be a teacher, but you can still teach others. Do you like it?
그런 자리 만들어줘서 고마워요. 그리고 아까 누나 강연하는 모습도 멋졌어요.
You feel a bit proud upon hearing his compliment. Suddenly, a paper cup flies through the air, and you catch it without thinking. Following the direction the cup came from, you see a little girl standing not far away, looking at you apologetically. On her other side stands a little boy about the same age as her. Wait a second, I'll bring the cup back over. The boy and girl smile shyly at you. But Marius looks at the two of them curiously.
둘이 뭐 하는 거지? 소꿉놀이 하나?
No, it's a paper cup food activity. I played it when I was little too. If I got it in a fight with a friend or had something to confess but was too embarrassed to say it face to face, I could use it to express my true feelings. Though it was a toy, but I actually think it acted as a tool that helped me speak from the heart.
그렇구나.
Looking at his expression, you suddenly realize something. Marius, wait here for me. You stand up, run into the school, and borrow 2 paper cups from the principal. I remember you're supposed to thread it through like this. There you go. You run back out of the school and hand one of the cups to Marius.
이걸 뭐 하려고요?
I'm calling you. Here, take it. After he takes the paper cup phone, you sit down close by, clear your throat, and speaks into the cup. Hi, excuse me, is little Marius there? After being stunned for a few seconds, Marius immediately understands. He picks up the paper cup phone and responds to you with a smile.
네, 맞는데요. 전화 거신 분은 제 미래의 여자친구인가요?
Yep. Probably not expecting you to answer so frankly, Marius looks a bit amused. This call might be a bit late, but please don't give up on your dreams no matter what you encounter. Whatever happens, I'll wait for you in the future. That's what I want to say to you. Do you have anything you want to say to me, Mr. Boyfriend?
있죠. 지금의 미래의 여자친구한테요. 나중에 날 만나면 내 손을 꼭 잡아줘요. 무슨 일이 있어도 내가 반드시 찾아갈게요. 꼭 누나를 찾아낼 거예요.
As his tone gradually becomes more serious, you are in a momentary daze, unable to tell if he's pretending to be his younger self or not. You look up and meet his eyes. At that moment, his voice travels into your ear from along the thread.
모든 역경을 넘고 누나를 만나러 갈게요. 과거에도 지금도 앞으로도요.
Yeah, me too. The sky is blue and the sun shines softly on the both of you. You and Mary smile at each other while holding the paper cup coins. Mary's bedroom.
좋아요. 조금만 더 왼쪽으로.
Okay.
조금만 위로. 힘 빼래도요.
You're the one who should be gentle. Oh! Just as you open your mouth, the lipstick that had just been melted into shape broke for the second time. Marius and you look at each other for a while as you gaze at the broken lipsticks. Why don't we just give up? Out with the old and in with the new.
하지만 한정판인데다가 누나한테 의미 있는 거라면서요.
Yeah.
그러면 우리 한 번만 더 해봐요.
You look at Marius and nod. It's all my fault for not being careful. Marius mentioned before that he was really impressed by a second-hand store he visited when he was a kid and wanted to go again. So you set aside a day to go to that store with him. We bought a lot of good stuff from the second-hand store.
골동품을 이렇게 많이 건질 줄은 몰랐어요. 이 브랜드는 못 구할 줄 알았거든요.
Right? This comb is really vintage. It kind of matches my makeup mirror. You reach into your bag to pull the mirror out, but ah! A tube of lipstick accidentally falls out of your bag, hitting the ground vertically. The lid flies off and the lipstick snaps in two. I just bought that. I just bought that limited edition lipstick.
괜찮아요, 누나. 누나가 아끼는 거면 내가 다시 사줄게요.
This one is discontinued. I can't possibly expect to request that company to make another one for me.
안 될 건 없죠?
I was only joking.
누나, 부러진 립스틱도 붙일 수 있긴 한데 한번 붙여볼래요?
Marius, where did you learn that? You've always had a feeling he was pretty familiar with the topic, and it seems like he's had a lipstick mold for a while.
아, 전에 학교 다닐 때 어버이날마다 반 친구들이랑 부모님께 뭘 해드릴지 상의했었어요. 그러다 한 번은 어버이날에 화학실에서 실험 수업을 했는데 선생님께서 립스틱 만드는 방법을 보여주셨고요. 그때 친구들이 집 가서 어머니께 립스틱을 만들어드리겠다고 하더라고요. 이유는 모르겠지만 집 가는 길에 나도 그 도구를 샀던 걸로 기억해요. 쓰지도 못하고 지금까지 갖고만 있었는데 오늘 안 꺼내봤으면 잃어버린 줄 알았을걸요?
You look at Marius. Although he casually mentioned it, you sense sadness in his tone. Marius, do you know only how to repair lipsticks, or do you know how to change its color too?
응? 뭐 되지 않을까요?
That's amazing. I saw it online before and wanted to try making lipstick myself, but the color mixing process always confused me. Marius, could you help me change the color of these lipsticks? We could change it to a color that suits me better.
하지만 이건 한정판이라면서요.
A lipstick with your customized color is also a limited edition. Those tools, you should keep them. We can make lip balm together too someday.
누나가 그렇게까지 말하는데 한번 실력을 발휘해봐야죠. 실망시키지 않을게요.
Yeah. The rest area of Mary's studio. When you walk into the studio with Marius' cake, the pin in his toolbox on the table had just been used up. As he watches you walk in, Marius puts down the brush in his hand and looks at you with a smile.
벌써 왔어요? 데리러 오라고 하지. 왜 말 안 했어요?
No way, how could I make the birthday boy pick me up? You look around but don't see your DIY toolbox anywhere. Looks like he hasn't found it yet. You originally wanted to bring Marius' cake and present together, but you changed your mind last night. Finally, it's time. Besides the cake, I ordered and the hand-painted box. Should I add a card? You begin searching on your phone for a store that can deliver a custom order tonight. Suddenly, a notification pops up. Planning for your boyfriend the best birthday ever? Even though you know deep down that it's just a useless advertisement, you tap on it nonetheless. That's no good. This one is fine, but time is running out. After locking your phone, you collapse on the bed. I knew that the recommendations from influencers wouldn't be reliable. Do I still have time to order a card? While you were rolling around on the bed, you accidentally knocked a notepad off the bedside table. You quickly pick it up, only to find the list of Marius' childhood dreams written on it. You check them one by one. Finally, your eyes fix on one item. I want to go on a treasure hunt in the mountains with my friends. A treasure hunt in the mountains? This is the only one left. Maybe not in the mountains, but a treasure hunt is still doable. The rest area of Mary's studio, 6 a.m. After looking around to make sure no one is coming, you hide the wrap box in a unique spot. Good thing I came early. It's time to pick up the cake soon. I should collect it first. You gently close the door when you make your way out and silently pray in your heart as you look at the studio. I hope Marius won't find it easily.
누나, 뭐 찾아요?
Marius, after we have some cake later, let's go on a treasure hunt.
보물찾기요?
Yeah, a treasure hunt. I hid your present somewhere in the studio. You have to find it.
여긴 내 공간이에요. 장담하는데 바로 찾을걸요?
Don't be so sure about it, but I can give you some hints.
그러니까 갑자기 좀 기대되는데요?
It doesn't take long to finish the cake. While you banter with Marius, you both gobble the last slice of cake.
자, 이제 찾아볼게요. 1분 안에 찾아내면 보너스도 챙겨줘요.
Fine. Do you want a hint first? You and Marius begin the treasure hunt. To prolong the search, you deliberately give him many incorrect hints. You aren't entirely sure if Marius is trying to delight you or if he really can't find it. In any case, you two search for quite some time. Finally, he finds a present tucked away in a corner. It's a small box hidden among Marius' childhood paintings.
여기에다 숨겨둘 줄이야.
He picks up the box carefully and motions you over. As you walk up to Marius, he reaches out and takes your hand, placing it on the present together.
우리가 같이 찾은 거니까 같이 열어봐요, 누나.
Sure. You feel slightly embraced as Marius holds your hand and opens the present with you. Sitting quietly inside the gift wrap is the DIY wooden toolbox you made for him. Marius' eyes become gentler as he looks at the box intently. Is it too mediocre?
그럴 리가요. 누나가 주는 거라면 난 다 좋아요. 근데 이렇게 말하면 누나가 정성껏 준비한 건데 그저 누나가 준 거라서 좋아한다고 오해할 것 같아요. 그럼 누나가 노력한 게 헛수고가 되잖아요.
Sometimes you feel like Marius is far more considerate than you are. To be honest, not at all. Of course, I'll be happier if you can give me your earnest feedback about it. Marius picks up the box and softly strokes its surface with his fingertips. His movements are feather-like, as if it's a delicate treasure.
저번에 방에서 몰래 만들던 게 이거였어요?
Yeah, is there something wrong with it? I wanted to get you a bigger one, or maybe a multi-layered toolbox, but I couldn't find one, and I didn't have enough time.
아니에요. 이 크기면 내가 좋아하는 색을 넣어두기에 딱 좋아요. 역시 누나라니까. 항상 나한테 내가 하고 싶은 일을 하라고 하잖아요. 절대 초심 잃지 않을게요.
The sunlight pouring in from the window warms the corners of his lips. His good mood seems to be contagious, making you smile too. It's great that you can understand my intentions, but it's not only about it. What that? Marius is taken aback for a moment, then he studies the box knowingly. With a click, the box opens and his eyes widen slightly. A small purple rose is in full bloom inside the box lid.
누나, 이건
I painted this purple rose. It symbolizes intertwined lives. This purple rose is the embodiment of my love for you, just like how I'm in your heart and you're in mine. Didn't we promise each other we would never disappear? You can put your favorite pin in this box, and the rose on the box is me. It's a representation of us. And we guard your dreams just like you've always guarded the dreams of others. Mary stares at the box quietly without saying a word. It makes you feel a little nervous. Just when you are about to wonder if the rose looks too much like a hibiscus, he finally interrupts your train of thoughts.
누나. 문득 생각해보니까 난 욕심이 참 많아요. 지금이 영원하길 바라면서도 또 한편으로는 시간이 계속 흘러서 내가 늙었을 때도 누나가 내 옆에 있어줬으면 해요. 누나가 곁에 있을 때면 난 정말 우리가 가족을 이룬 듯한 그런 기분이 들어요. 그냥 누나는 내가 어딜 가더라도 돌아갈 것 같은 존재예요.
Marius calmly and nonchalantly speaks about the far-off future. Marius, despite the shade from the lush green trees and the thick clouds of the studio, the summer sun is still strong. No one will suddenly appear and disturb the two of you in this quiet studio. You reach out your fingertips and gently stroke the contours of Mary's face. He lowers his head and exchanges a kiss with you. It's peaceful yet passionate. After the intense kiss, he looks at you and smiles.
누나, 요즘 나한테 좀 열심인데요?
His tone is joking, but you recognize the sincerity behind his smile. Paris, I'm looking forward to that future you described because I believe it's a beautiful future filled with smiles. I wish that your smile will always be there wherever we go and I can witness all of it. Happy birthday and may you always be happy in the future. Mary stretches out and rubs you tightly in his arms. At that moment, everything becomes quiet and you can only hear his heartbeats.
누나 앞에서라면 난 내 약점과 못난 모습을 숨김없이 보여줄 수 있어요. 나한테 누나는 나를 둘러싼 수많은 별들 중 하나가 아니에요. 누나는 별들이 구름 뒤로 숨었을 때 나타나는 유일한 달빛 같은 존재예요. 누나 앞에서 난 영원히 그냥 유신우일 거예요. 그러니까 이대로도 난 좋아요.
His embrace is gentle and familiar, a reminder of the bond you two have always shared.
그거 알려나? 방금 내가 무슨 생각했게요?
What were you thinking?
누나한테 키스할 때 장미꽃 향기가 났는데 그 향기 때문에 이 여름날의 아름다움을 다 만끽해보고 싶어졌어요.
Marius once said he's happy to do anything and go anywhere as long as he's with you. And the feeling is mutual. You can smell the scent he described too, However, it's not the scent of roses, but an exclusive fragrance that belongs to Marius. From between his lips and teeth, it overflows into your chest and spreads into your heart. You lean against him quietly, listening to the afternoon cicadas chirping. As you bask in the warmth of the moment, you know that countless romantic and meaningful moments await you in the future. You will be by his side forever. The romantic wandering poets put the rosebud in a box with great care, and they amble toward the summer together.
여보세요? 아, 자고 있었어요? 내가 깨운 건 아니죠? 다행이에요. 사실 나도 누나 보내고 누웠는데 잠이 안 와서요. 나 뭐 하고 있게요? 난 누나가 선물한 화구 상자 구경 중이에요. 나한테 이 세상 최고의 화구 상자예요. 소중히 간직할게요. 응? 장미꽃이 안 예쁠까봐 걱정이라고요? 세상에 하나뿐인 장미꽃인데 그럴 리가요. 누나처럼 소중한 꽃이에요. 어릴 적 내게 없던 추억을 누나가 채워줬어요. 정말 행복해요. 덕분에 그저 그랬던 기억들이 아름답게 되살아난 것 같아요. 사람의 일생을 나무에 비유한다면 우리 이야기에 가지와 잎이 자라 끝없이 뻗어나갔으면 좋겠어요. 그러고 보니까 나 생일 소원 아직 안 빌었는데 지금 빌어도 되죠? 누나가 내 꿈을 지켜주겠다 했지만 오늘 또 서로 남은 인생을 나누기로 했잖아요. 그럼 반대로 나도 누나의 꿈을 지켜줘야죠. 내 첫 번째 소원은 누나가 날 더 의지하는 거예요. 두 번째 소원은 당연히 앞으로 매년 생일마다 누나랑 함께하는 거고요. 정말이죠? 약속한 거예요? 벌써 다음 생일이 기대되는데요? 알겠어요. 잘 자고 내일 봐요, 누나.